Join us for the following previews.
Hello. This is Adolf, and I have with me Classic Jake.
Hello.
And John.
Hello, everybody.
Unfortunately, Jacob was not available to record this week. So, recently on the website, I posted the autumn/fall 3D movie preview, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, before we get into this preview, I have to do some caveats, of course. The various movie releases we talk about in this podcast may change. Furthermore, the 3D releases may vary between different countries, different states. Some places may get 3D outside the U.S. Some places here in the U.S. may not get 3D and not other parts of the world. Each theater is specific. You may have 3D in your state, but not in your specific theater. And with all the very much world events happening today, with COVID, monkeypox, any other wars, release dates that we mentioned may change at any time. And they may decide not to release the movie in theaters at all and just put it on the streaming. We don't know. Welcome to the terrible 20s. It's just been a hectic last couple of years since 2020, so we're doing our best to have a factual podcast and our opinions. But if things change, well, we did what we can. We're recording this on August 13th, 2022 at approximately 12:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we did everything we can to do that, and our probability rates are going to be based on our own opinions, and of course the movies, what we thought about them are our own opinions. So with that out of the way, let's get to September. Now, do y'all consider September to be fall?
I do.
Yeah, well, in the old world it used to be. With global warming, who knows, but yeah.
Well, I consider it fall because school's back in session, so that's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, and they start selling pumpkin spice everything.
True.
Yeah, I got pumpkin spice this week. I was like, no, it's too early for that, but I bought it, so I'm part of the problem, I guess. So, September is notable for being a re-release month. Where we get some oldies and potentially, on your viewpoint, goodies coming out. Now, the first movie here is quite an oldie. Coming out on September 2nd, Jaws. And do not get this confused with Jaws 3D. That's a different movie. This is the original, the classic, the first Jaws. Now, y'all could debate, but I haven't seen the other ones. The best Jaws?
Easily, yeah.
No, yeah, there is no debate.
Yeah, there is none. Yeah, zilch, nada. Yeah, this is the first summer block. This is the movie that changed Hollywood forever, for good and bad.
The original 1975 movie. And this is directed by Steven Spielberg with music from John Williams. This is, I think, a classic, and I think most people think it's a classic. What do y'all think?
Yep. And swimming pools have been using the Jaws theme to clear out pools with closing time since the soundtrack came out.
It's a great soundtrack. It really is.
Yeah. And when a pool wants to close, the strands of the Jaws theme really do it.
John, what's your thoughts on the classic original Jaws?
Yeah, this is top 5 all-time movie for me. I'm not sure exactly where in the 5, but it's there. I went maybe 3 or 4 years ago now. Fathom Events had it in one of my local theaters, so I was able to catch it on the big screen. And I cannot wait for this. I found it interesting that it would even get a 3D release. I'm not surprised it's back in theaters, but to put 3D to it was really interesting. So I can't wait to go see this. I will be there. Hopefully that my local theater has it in 3D and IMAX, but I'll be there without a doubt to see this.
Yeah, it's going to get IMAX and 3D. maybe if you're lucky, IMAX 3D, but don't count on it. But yeah, it'd be real 3D, and that's a first for this movie. We've never had this before, and this is kind of out of the blue. I didn't know about this a couple months ago, so awesome. Now, I don't recall many scenes really going to be benefiting from 3D, but, hey, if they're going to put the effort in to convert it, a movie that's almost 50 years old, 60 years old, I'll give it a shot. I think it definitely has potential.
Yeah, my local IMAX has E.T. in there right now for the 40th anniversary release. I'm gonna try to go tomorrow to see that. So I've thought it was peculiar that this would have a 3D release, but not E.T. I thought there was a good chance that it would get both, but they're not showing, from what I know, not E.T. E.T. is at 3D and IMAX right now.
I mean, I think E.T. might actually work better than Jaws, but we'll see.
Yeah, agreed.
Now, it's kind of weird because I don't know if y'all remember, but at the beginning of the pandemic, everyone was kind of quoting Jaws and saying, beginning of 2020, or beginning of the pandemic in 2020, so March, April, it's just like Jaws. They don't want to close down. We don't want to do that. And no one's ever, it's so unrealistic. We're not going to close down, and it's weird how that parallels in a way that it's like, yeah, we totally would acted just like this, and we didn't want to close down the shores in Jaws, and we don't want to close down our, businesses for those 2 weeks or whatever. So it's just kind of an interesting thing, I think. All right, so all y'all are interested in seeing this?
Oh, of course. I've seen Jaws on the big screen several times, and heck, I saw Jaws 3 in 3D on the big screen.
I did too. That's going way back though.
Yeah.
I saw there was a double feature with Amityville Horror 3 or something like that, if I recall. But it's going.
I saw them at separate times, not a double feature.
Now, this is like one of the movies that obviously came out before my time, because I was born in '83. But I rented it on DVD, and it blew me away because they had like an early version of surround sound, and like I could hear the birds flying around, and like we don't even have a surround sound setup. It just, that DVD was so good, and I can't imagine seeing this in theater. So I'm excited. Hopefully it's around us. We might get a super limited thing. So if obviously we all love the original movie. If you have a chance to see it, I'm just going to go on a limb and watch it, because you may never get a chance to see it again, because God knows if it's ever going to come out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, in 3D.
Yeah, hard to say exactly. In 3D.
Heck, all these early Spielbergs, if you get a chance to see them on the big screen, like, I would love Duel. Like, I doubt you would ever get a conversion to 3D. It'd probably be really cool, but I highly recommend, like, Duel, Sugarland Express. These are well worth seeking out if you get a chance to see them on the big screen.
Yeah, Close Encounters for sure too.
Yeah, especially since they fixed it. Yeah, because I had such a fit when the special edition, which I thought really ruined the pacing of the movie.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that the ET that is out in IMAX now is not the special edition where they took the guns out of the hands and put in walkie-talkies, but I'm not positive of that yet. Yeah. Hopefully I'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, and hopefully they restored the terrorist line.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, I'm going to try to segue from terrorists. Some people from the Daily Bugle consider this man a terrorist because he's a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, hero or menace?
Oh, that's a stretch. Almost as stretchy as webbing. Oh,
yeah?
I'm trying here. I'm trying. Spider-Man No Way Home, the More Fun Stuff edition's coming out on September 2nd as well. And I'm not sure if this is going to get a 3D release or not. I mean, it did originally get a 3D release, but this version with extra scenes, I don't know if the extra scenes were converted. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Editor's note, Spider-Man No Way Home, the More Fun Stuff version, is not going to get a 3D release. I gave a message to Evan Jacobs on Twitter, and he said that it's not going to be 3D released, and he is a supervisor of Marvel 3D. So just wanted to put that in here. Confirmation from Evan Jacobs, and we updated the website to have this updated. So it's no longer moderate. It's just not a 3D movie, which is sad, but it's understandable. Now, back to the show. What do you guys think? Is this going to be a 3D movie? What are your predictions? I say medium probability.
I'm thinking because it's coming out the same time Jaws. Even if it does get a 3D release, I think that there seems to be this obsession with movie theaters in the U.S. can only have one 3D movie at a time in their theater.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true, and it's just frustrating. It's like, there's more than one movie. No, there isn't. There's only one 3D movie that's possible. I mean, I adore No Way Home. John, you're the only one who don't know your opinion on this. What are your thoughts on No Way Home?
Yeah, I probably say medium probability too, as far as 3D. I'm not sure I'm even clear on what the more fun edition even means. I mean, it's out in all forms now. I'm not sure if it just is deleted scenes or what they're adding to it. I'm impatiently waiting for my 3D Blu-ray to arrive. It has hit the States. I see a lot of guys have gotten it, but I haven't received my copy yet. But I would be doubtful I'll be able to see it in 3D when it comes out, especially if Jaws is out there around the same time.
Now, what's your thoughts of the movie itself?
I loved it. I saw it numerous times in the theater. Really liked it. I thought the use of the Spider-Man and how it tied all the stuff was together. Probably of the newer Spider-Man, of the Tom Holland, it's probably my favorite. It has strong rewatchability. I didn't have the opportunity to see it in 3D when it was in theaters. That wasn't released in my area in 3D. So I'm looking forward to getting that Blu-ray and checking it out as soon as I get it.
Now, I feel like Jake, was the 3D for kind of just okay, not great?
Yeah. Of course, that could be theater issues too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and
yeah.
And they do play with the 3D on disc. Sometimes they correct errors in theatrical versions, and sometimes, these days usually the 3Ds sometimes on discs seems to be better. Seems like they're putting out fewer of them, but there seems like there's more care in their releases.
I would agree with that completely.
All right. So the next movie is the original Avatar, not the Airbender, but Avatar with James Cameron. And this is coming out on September 23rd. This is a remaster, but the only remastered thing about this is apparently the music and the sound is enhanced, but I don't think it includes any new scenes or deleted scenes, because there was a extended edition that came out after the initial release. I don't know if this is the extended edition or not, but at least it's remastered. I don't know if they've changed up any visuals or anything. I don't know. I'm excited to try to see this again. I haven't seen it since it came out. I really enjoy Avatar. I know it gets crapped on by a lot of people, but I still really like it. What about you, John?
Yeah, I enjoy Avatar. The disc you're talking about, you're right. There is a Blu-ray 3D release, and the 3D home release in that is excellent. And then there's the special edition, which had some extra scenes, some background more on Jake Sully at the beginning and so forth, which is really good. Unfortunately, it's not in the 3D release for home viewing. I was hopeful that this might have it in. I'm not sure if this release is tied into the 4K home release is supposed to come out on disc later this year. I would assume to coincide with Avatar 2 hitting theaters. So I'd be willing to see this. It might be a little harder to get to because I have 3D at home and it's so good and I can just throw it in anytime I like. But it's definitely worth going to see this in theaters if you did not get the opportunity. The presentation at IMAX is one of the best I've ever seen, even to this day.
Jake?
Yeah, I mean it's what really kicked off the modern 3D renaissance.
Yep.
Oh, all I was gonna say was just this time around, the 3D craze lasted longer than it did in the Golden Age.
Yeah, I mean it started before Avatar, but Avatar definitely kicked it up a notch.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember, I saw Superman Returns in 3D, and that was fun. But that was like 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they were just scenes, though. I don't think it was the whole movie,
yeah, just
if I
scenes.
remember correctly.
So I'm interested in seeing this again. Like I said, I haven't seen this in a long time. When's the last time y'all seen Avatar 1?
Oh, it's been several years.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
probably
the last
been.
time is when I upgraded my pirate copy to the legit bare bones release.
Yeah, probably been a couple years for me to put it on at home. It's one of those where you kind of got to, because you got to commit a 3 hour span to it, so you have to have the time to sit down and watch. But hopeful that they have a release that has that extended edition, because I think that, as far as a film goes, I think that one is much better than the regular edition.
Okay, I'm interested in that. Okay, so that's going to be it for September. Let's move on to October. Now, this movie has been development hell for years, and I almost wasn't sure if it was ever going to come out. But it looks like we're finally getting Black Adam, a superhero movie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, releasing October 21st. Can you believe it? It's finally going to be time for Black Adam. Are you guys
I'll believe
hyped?
it when I can buy tickets.
Yeah, right. When the pre-order goes up.
Yeah.
All right, what do you think the probability of this being a 3D release is? I think high probability.
I imagine Zaslav will axe it at the very last minute. He's swinging that axe like he's Lizzie Borden. I mean,
he is. I think it's a high probability as well. Unfortunately, I think it'll be limited showings, at least in the markets like mine that aren't major markets. So times can be challenging to see it. But I think as we inch closer to Avatar 2, I'm hopeful the number of 3D showings will increase. I think it would make sense for theaters to do that, to try to get people back into the 3D world, so to speak. But I think the little more that they show for Black Adam, the more I'm interested. I'm just hoping it's not a traditional cookie cutter superhero film. But I'll be there.
Now, based on now DC character, just in case you don't know who Black Adam is, also part of the whole Shazam family. So I think it was what was the comic book brand that it was originally under? Jake?
Fawcett.
Fawcett, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually we'll get to Shazam, but we'll also eventually, I assume, get Shazam and Black Adam fight together. I think that's pretty straightforward, and I hope to see that. So this is going to have a whole bunch of DC characters. Looks like a whole bunch of the Justice Society of America here, and it looks like it'll be fun. The newest teaser trailer got me more interested. Jake, are you more excited now or less? Or equal?
Yeah. Well, they cleaned up the trailer and got it into where when you watch it, it makes sense what you're watching. It's not a confusing mess. It would have been nice to mention 3D in the trailer.
Yeah, I think what'll be interesting is to see how they mesh them, because unless Black Adam ends up being different, the trailer seems a much more serious, darker, not necessarily Snyder dark, but darker film compared to Shazam, which was much more colorful and lighthearted. So how they mesh those two worlds, assuming they do down the road, will be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because I wonder about how they're going to handle this, because, I mean, he's been a villain and then changed to be an anti-hero, then changed to be a hero. So I'm assuming he's going to probably start off as a villain here. That's why the Justice Society is going after him. Maybe he turns into an anti-hero, and maybe he just doesn't have a code of honor and he kills bad people. That's the issue. But I love Dwayne Johnson, and if anyone can carry a superhero movie, it is absolutely him. So excited to see it, and hopefully it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to do the anti-hero similar to Venom in the Sony universe there.
Well, definitely hope it's better than those movies.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, in the comics, he has transformed into being a pure villain to anti-hero, so not
Yeah.
completely,
Yeah.
And that's the only movie coming out in October. Hey, Jake,
Hey, Adolf.
I hear a noise in the background. Do you hear it?
I think I do.
It sounds like disco music and zombies.
Ah, must be the 70s are rearing its ugly head again.
And that works out because we have a new 3D movie to talk about, which is a new movie for us, quote unquote. Dawn of the Dead is now, we're adding it to the fall preview, which was not part of the original recording. We're adding this little section here. So we just heard this week that Dawn of the Dead 1978 Romero is going to be coming out in 3D this October 27, 28, 29, 30th, or something like that, Regal. So what are your thoughts on Dawn of the Dead 1978?
Woot. Looks like a good movie's gonna get even better. And Christmas came early for 3D fans this year. This is a most pleasant surprise. Now, hopefully, Regal will get their act together and get their app fixed so people can get tickets for Jaws 3D.
Yeah. Now, just in case anyone has not seen Dawn of the Dead, what is Dawn of the Dead?
Oh, Dawn of the Dead is the second part in George Romero's zombie trilogy, which started with Night of the Living Dead. It's the first one in color, and it was released to theaters unrated.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Does this one take place in a mall?
Mostly, yeah.
I haven't seen this one or the remake. Which one do you like more?
Oh, this one most definitely.
I think Snyder did the remake, right, in 05 or 06, something like that.
Yeah, I think him and I think James Gunn scripted. I mean, it's not bad. The remake it's actually pretty good. But Romero, this is just his wheelhouse. He was at the top of his game. Any remake or other film, it's gonna just pale in comparison. I mean, it is worth seeing, but this version, if you haven't seen it, you got to see it. And I'm really intrigued about seeing this. And supposedly, there's a really crappy German conversion, but I haven't seen it, and I wasn't interested in seeing it. But this conversion's been rumored for about a decade, so I'm like, oh boy, I really want to see it.
So yeah, this was originally converted in 2013, and then apparently it was just kind of, I don't know why it didn't release, and now it's getting released, and they spent like $8 million on the conversion back then. So I assume that they were able to either finish it or get it out of the vault. I don't know, but I'm assuming that this is going to look great. I don't know. Well, I don't know why they would release it now if not, it doesn't look great. So
Yeah. And of course, if you haven't heard, Regal's parent company, Cineworld, is going bankrupt. I don't know which bankruptcy and which countries, and how it's going to affect us as 3D movie fans. But when there's ever a change, I just get a little nervous about it affecting my ability to go see movies in 3D.
yeah, I do wonder about how long it's going to take, because sometimes bankruptcy takes months, if not years, to go through. So we may not see it right away. We may see it in a year or two, or maybe they'll figure out how to. Maybe this fall will be so profitable they don't need to. Who knows?
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to sell off close theaters and things like that, jettison, not renew contracts. Like a lot of us theater chains, Real 3D contracts are up this year. So are they going to not renew it to save money? I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to create clickbait and fear mongering, but it is a concern. I don't know if it's like DEFCON 4 or anything major, but I do think it's something to consider.
Now, do you think this classic movie would be, first of all, does it hold up? Second of all, do you think it would look good on 3D?
Yeah.
Yet both?
Both, yeah.
Okay. We have a lot of zombie movies since 1978, so I don't, sometimes these movies still hold up, sometimes they don't.
Oh, this is a classic. A lot of people consider this to be the greatest zombie movie ever made.
Okay, cool.
And the gore effects are incredible. They're all practical, of course. This is, and to be honest, I'm prejudiced. I mean, this is one of those. This is one of the movies I got to sneak into underage. So, so that might be fueling part of it. The taboo.
Now, I guess the ultimate question: do you think we're gonna get a 3D Blu-ray of this?
I hope, because, like I said, I believe there's a really crappy German conversion floating around. So it would be nice to have a good one. We can hope. But since this is a Regal exclusive, I don't know. But hey, AMC got an exclusive on T2, and it got a 3D Blu-ray release.
And that T2 is beautiful, beautiful 3D.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. So this is going to be pretty gory, a lot of blood and stuff.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be very gory. I don't know if they... I imagine they didn't cut it to get an R. I imagine... I don't even know if it's rated R. They may be releasing this unrated. Because this would have gotten an X back in the day. And it was released to unrated. Just, they had suggestions, nobody under 8. They just had a suggestion of no one under 18.
Rated X for gore, or rated X for nudity, or all the above, or?
Gore.
Okay. I remember when the remake came out, my friend at the time showed me the scene with the baby, and I was like, oh my god. Is that scene in the original, or no?
No.
You know what I'm talking about, though? The baby?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's not.
'Cause that was pretty gruesome, and I was like, holy shit.
The remake is like a Disney movie compared to the original.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now, it's not as gory as some of the stuff that came in its wake, because the Italians were really going for the shot. But Romero was a really good filmmaker, and, he's got compelling characters. He's got a wicked sense of humor, because the zombie Harry Krishna always got a laugh out of me.
Which is a reference from something that we probably don't know about now, because that's not something they do in airports anymore. That's something they did back in the day. They had people, just in case you don't know, Hare Krishna is their religious folk that used to try to convert people in airports, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, and they're also famously a vegetarian.
Which now is not controversial, but back
no,
in the...
but zombies aren't exactly vegetarians.
Yeah.
Which was I don't know, amusing to my teen brain.
Now, if we don't get a 3D Blu-ray, this more reason to go watch this in the theater, because you may never see it again, and it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And if this is a huge hit for Regal, I bet they probably would want to try to get it on Blu-ray, and maybe it'll come out. I really think there should be some movies that just come out every season just for the hell of it. Like Thriller in front of this. Mwah! That would be perfect. Thriller 3D in front of this. And that way Michael Jackson could get money, and, Romero could get money, and, it's a good excuse. And I think that could be a fun way of doing some of this stuff, and have, I don't know, just if there's not like a super busy season, yeah, let's have re-releases. I love what is it, Miss Peregrine's, or Miss Peculiar Children or something like that.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed that movie, and that was a good, creepy kind of movie, and it was good, really good 3D, and, those kind of things, it could be in the rotation, and just like we have on, TBS every year, Christmas Story, we could have every year Dawn of the Dead on 3D and come out in theaters for Halloween. Yeah, hell yeah.
There are certain markets that do this. They have a lot of theaters, and before Regal got bought out the last time, before Regal moved in, the theater chain used to do 3 or 4 times a year special things and fundraisers and things for the food bank. So, it was really cool, but Regal, they're starting to do $5 matinees, but, for certain movies, but they just have never been one really to do anything outside of Fathom events, and Fathom event tickets aren't included like in your Regal Pass or your AMC Movie Pass. So, and they're also more expensive, and they also tend to dump those vintage movies in lesser theaters. Like there was no way I was going to pay $17.50 to see Ben-Hur on a crap screen when I've seen it projected perfectly on one of the biggest screens in North America.
Now, I'll admit, I have not seen this movie, and I have not seen the remake either. There's a huge catalog of movies I have not seen. Part of it being sheltered Catholic family.
Yeah.
So I have seen some zombie movies. I have seen all the Resident Evil movies, and I've seen the original Day of the Dead, the black and white one, which I think was awesome.
Oh, Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead, yeah. And I think I saw 28 Days Later. I think that was cool.
Oh, yeah, 28 Days, and the sequels are really good.
I definitely have seen, what was it called? The one with the Shaun of the Dead? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Shaun of the Dead's, yeah, if you see a bunch more zombie movies, and then there's some really cool, Asian, zombie movies.
World War Z, I saw both Zombieland movies I watched.
Mm-hmm.
So I think some of the older movies I haven't seen, but I'm definitely game. It just depends. I definitely wanted this to be reviewed, but obviously if we don't have access to this, we're not going to. But I definitely want to review this and talk about this on the show and the podcast and on the website. It just depends on the Regal Theater if the one near us has it. And
yeah, I've already got tickets for this. Unfortunately, I can't get tickets for Jaws 3D. I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to get them for several days.
It's a little bit weird that this is October release you can get tickets for, but that September release you can't get.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they just haven't decided what theater they're gonna pop it into.
Okay.
I don't know. Or maybe Universal or whoever's doing this 3D release is gun shy now that Cineworld's filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, Warm Bodies. That's the other comedy one that I watched. I actually like that movie. It's not great, but it's good.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, yeah, I've seen a lot of recent zombie movies, but the classic ones I have not seen.
Have you seen World War Z?
Yes, I did like that. Yeah, it was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked it. It's a pity we never got a sequel, but who knows? Maybe in the future we'll get one.
So yeah, an additional October release with Dawn of the Dead, the original version, and this is exciting. And hopefully our local Regal theaters will be still operating in October, and we can watch it. It's kind of a crappy thing that we got the news about this, and then like a day later, oh yeah, they're going out of business. Oh.
Maybe, we don't know. I mean, there's all sorts of forms of, and who knows, they might spin off Regal. Somebody else may own them again. Who knows? Or they may just go bye-bye.
And then,
which wouldn't hurt my feelings necessarily, because I imagine the theaters would be, some of them would be picked up by AMC and some other chains that care more about presentation and customer service.
So yeah, I guess if you're in Britain, check into your local Cinema World, because they don't have Regal in Britain. They only have it in America, I think. So maybe you get lucky and Cinema World in Britain has it. I don't know. I just checked out IndieWire. They say Dawn of the Dead is the greatest zombie movie of all time. So it's high praise. They did a top 15 list, and that was number 1.
Yeah. I don't know if it is the greatest zombie movie of all time, but when you watch it, damn, it's gonna feel like it. It's one of those movies everybody should see.
Okay. And then IndieWire did this article back in 2020, so I think it's pretty fresh. And you know, it's not the newest article, but it's not too terrible bad. But yeah.
If you really dig this movie, there are lots of alternate versions.
Okay, that was going to be the next question.
Filmmaker Dario Argentino, who 3D fans might know for his really bizarre Italian a 3D Dracula movie, the one with the praying mantis. He's, believe it or not, an incredible filmmaker. He edited a version of some of Romero's later zombie, and there's versions with different scores.
So how many versions of Dawn of the Dead, the original, are there? Is there just like the one that's X-rated, or is there like a director's cut?
There is an R1. There's a Dario Argentino cut. There's some with at least 3 or 4. I mean, it's like Army of Darkness. This is one of those movies that the censors really got their hands on, and like I said, it was released unrated in the United States because it did get an ERNA X.
Now, is this just like Blade Runner, where it has like 5 different cuts and all of them are different, and it changes every time you see it, and you're like, okay, which one's best? Or no? Is there actually a definitive one?
It's pretty close to that, but and there's various lengths, and it depends on what you want out of your movie. Like, there's one that's like almost 160 minutes, I believe, that has a lot more character development. It has all the gore, but it also has. Then there's a really short one that's pretty much jettisons the gratuitous character development for the gore.
All right. I guess that's going to be it for this little additional section here. So, yeah, another movie. It's just exciting to have more movies and add more re-releases at that. Hopefully this re-release is awesome. And, you know, I'm definitely game for more potential movies, for getting a classic movies or older movies getting 3D re-released. And so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope this is successful and it inspires other conversions that were sitting on shelves to get releases.
Yep.
Hopefully Avatar is a big enough success, you know, The Way of Water, that it inspires other catalog movies to get conversions or 3D and cleaned up, and we get to see them.
Yep. Now let's go to November. Unless you got anything else to say, Jake.
Nah, nothing else to say about Shazam and Black Adam till I see it.
All right, the first release is a big one. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. We finally got a trailer for this. Now, Jake, you love the trailer. John, what are your thoughts on the trailer?
Yeah, the trailer was excellent. And I think I said in the last podcast I was part of, I enjoyed Black Panther. I wasn't one of those that thought it was, top tier Marvel for me. But I did enjoy it. But when this trailer came out, it was much better than what I expected. So I'm really curious to see how they handle the passing of Chadwick Boseman, the main character. If that mantle is being handed over to his sister, how they're going to tie all that together. But it looks really sharp. All the visuals seem really well done for this, and I think for sure you'll see a 3D release for this, and it'll probably be stunning. The first Black Panther home video release in 3D is good. Most of the Marvel stuff typically is actually, so I'm sure this will be great as well.
Yeah, this is confirmed 3D.
Oh, okay, great.
Jake, you have anything else to say about this?
No, I think I said everything I had to say in the last podcast I talked about this. I mean, it was just a stunning trailer that looks like they spent the entire pandemic cutting it.
Now,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Screen Rants recently had a video where they had a prediction, or I guess a theory on what could be here, and their theory is that Michael B. Jordan's going to come back and be Killmonger, and that at the ending of the original Black Panther, he got thrown into the ocean, and I guess having here Namor, he doesn't like that body, and it came back to, bring him back to life or something, and just throwing that out there. What do you think of that idea of having Michael B. Jordan come back to life?
They could also have him that the kill that showed up in Panther was a Skrull. That would work.
Right.
Too.
Yeah. I would. My opinion would be to keep Killmonger in the first film and leave it at that. That's what I would prefer. I think there's more interesting ways they could take it, but you're right. Marvel has an out for the next decade of, hey, we want to change the past, so we'll make everything a Skrull. It's
a Skrull multiverse. I figure if they're gonna pull the Skrull card, they would do it with Claw.
Yeah. I think they did make a mistake killing him off in Age of Ultron, I guess, right?
No, they killed him in Black Panther.
Oh no, Black Panther. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He lost his hand in Age of Ultron. Correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they should have kept him. Serkis is he's so good. I don't know why you would get rid of his character, but you're right. They could retcon that in a way with all they have going on, that they could continue it.
And people would just shrug and move on because it was like, what, you gonna complain over a good thing happening?
Yeah, and who knows with Kang being involved with everything, with time and everything else, who knows? They could change all kinds of stuff from the past and make comic book sense. You'd be good to go.
Yeah.
And there is a precedent with Black Panther, with T'Challa, falling off the cliff and almost dying, but not quite dying because he had the herb. So, T'Challa, not T'Challa, but Killmonger did already have the herb in him, so maybe he didn't die after all, and maybe he got found. So
yep.
There's an easy. It's not. He doesn't have to necessarily be dead, but he could be near death, and then he finds Namor, and maybe Namor is like, "What's going on?" And that's how the war starts. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it does that up, but I mean, if they pull that off, it's impressive to keep that quiet all this time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the suits are the same, black and gold, and so maybe, but I don't know. Marvel always surprises us. I feel like they always have something different than what we expect, and they usually do it better than what I expect it to be. So who knows?
Yeah.
Now, something that I do know is that we are currently living in a strange world, and that's the title of the next movie, Strange World from Disney, animated movie coming out on November 23rd. This is like a old school serial, and this beautifully animated. We only got one trailer for this, and it's really out there world. It really is a strange world. What do you think? Is this going to be a 3D movie, Jake?
I could go either way. It really has a Meet the Robinsons vibe.
John?
Yeah, I think it goes back to, okay, how's it going to get released? I don't the box office for Lightyear certainly was not what they wanted. So is that going to impact this release given all the stuff going on and the schedule? Disney's got a lot of stuff coming out between November and December with everything. Now with owning 20th Century Fox. So if it goes in theaters, I would say probably it does. But I'm still not convinced it ends up in the theaters.
Yep. That's what I said on the website, because Lightyear is considered a massive disappointment for Disney. I mean, most people would be happy with like $250 million for an animated movie, but not Disney. They want $1 billion, and Lightyear isn't like really well loved either as a movie. So it sucks, but if they gave Lightyear a chance to be in the theaters and it messed up and didn't make money, or this new property based on a strange world may not be justifiable, profitable kind of thing, they might just dump it on Disney Plus and move on with their life and not worry about it, because they did that for Turning Red and Luca and Soul, and those movies were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I think didn't Lightyear have like a $200 million price tag on it before marketing? Something.
I believe so.
Something crazy. So I don't know if this is at that level, but the quality of animation, it's got to be up there because it looks really beautiful.
One of our former patrons said that in Spain they have commercials saying coming out to theaters, and I've definitely seen the trailer in theaters, but I wouldn't be upset, or I wouldn't be I would understand if Disney does it. I don't want it to happen. I think this could look gorgeous in 3D.
Yeah,
for sure.
If any animated movie could look gorgeous, it is absolutely this. Not all animated movies look great in 3D, but this one, this has so much potential with all the different interesting visuals, and yeah. So hopefully,
yeah.
Jake, and you're super into that style of like serial, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this looks gorgeous, and even if it doesn't get a 3D release, I'll probably check this out. And hoping it's kind of at least like Meet the Robinsons.
John, are you
Not
excited?
Chicken Little.
Chicken Little. John, are you excited for this? You think it's going to be
Yeah,
interesting?
yeah. This I'll definitely see. I mean, the movies like this, and Disney does such a good job, even with the ones that aren't great, they do such a good job of really having smart scripts that appeal to adults and children. So their children movies aren't really children movies anymore. You can go and get and enjoy them. And this kind of has the same vibe to me like that. So I'm hoping it's 3D. If it's not released in the States, it'll probably be released 3D elsewhere, at least for home viewing. So I'll get it down the road. But yeah, I'm praying they don't dump it to Disney Plus. That would really be disappointing.
Now, This is a similar release date to last year's Encanto, which I love Encanto, and that became, that was a moderate success, but I don't think as successful as they did. But then they decided just to go ahead and put it up for Christmas. So they basically, kneecapped any progress it could make. And it was like 3D for 1 week or 2 weeks, barely. So even if we get a theatrical release, it may be still really hard to see this in 3D. So if you're interested, jump on this, because you may never see it again. And who knows? Maybe you'll get a quick release and be up, a couple weeks. Because November 23rd and then Christmas is not even 30 days, not even a month. So
yeah. Hopefully that last year was part of that or most of that was just the state of theaters and COVID and stuff. And hopefully we're past that as far as releases go. But
so yeah, definitely considering that Minions made $1 billion or about to make $1 billion or near there. Kids definitely want to see movies in theater. So that theory is definitely debunked. It's just they don't want to see it here.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Cruise is still making millions in the theater. I mean, it's there to make if you make the right kind of film.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I worry about this as well, because it reminds me of the serials, and Jungle Cruise last year reminded me of serials, and I really love Jungle Cruise, but that did not do well either. So maybe it's just people are not ready for that or don't want that. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I think their experiment with the window, a lot of people were like, cool, I can save a whole lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this is a new property. I don't think that's based on anything before this, right? I don't think it's based on any kind of Disney property, right?
As far as I know, this is new IP.
Yeah, and with a future of many sequels, so you think they would start it out theaters if for no other reason to see future earnings for additional films.
So people complain, oh, Disney's not doing anything new, and it's all remakes. This is something new. This is something that is different.
When they do new stuff, it tends to be ignored.
Yeah, so hopefully this doesn't get ignored. We shall see. And that is it for November. Let's go into December. We're cutting through this pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So the December starts with a bang, with probably the biggest 3D movie of this year, and probably the bellwether. If this fails, guess what? I'm pretty sure 3D fails, because
that's it.
Avatar: The Way of Water, aka Avatar 2, finally is getting a release date. And that, again, with Black Adam, a second movie that's been in development hell for a decade. So, coming out December 16th. We only seen this one trailer, which we've seen 1,000 times already. I definitely want another trailer to get me more interested. But I'm excited for Avatar 2. What about y'all?
Yeah, it looks pretty. And the 3D looks great in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm all in. I think the trailer was beautiful. The animation in 3D is going to be probably the best we've ever seen. I'd have to think. It's just it's curious it'll be really curious to see what Cameron's able to come off with when he was working on so many at the same time. Because to my knowledge, he's never done that before. He's always been focused on one film at a time. So doing all of these, and what is there? 4 or 5 scheduled out, I guess, something like that.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting, but I don't think there's any question that the 3D will be great. I'm confident of that.
And strangely enough, Disney's been killing it on the Fox side. They just put out the best Predator movie since the first one.
Oh yeah, did you watch that? Prey is so good. That movie is so fun.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I wish there was the shots up in Canada where they filmed that were just beautiful, and it just stinks that we can't see it in the theater.
Yeah.
So yeah, Avatar 2 and 3 are complete, obviously. They filmed them back to back, so that 3 is going to get a theatrical release. I don't think they're going to screw over James Cameron by not getting the theatrical release, even if 2 bombs. Now, after that point, I think Disney has said, we're going to wait and see how 2 and 3 does before we let you spend money on 4 or 5, So I don't know if 2 and 3 are going to have these massive cliffhangers or something, or what, or if they're going to be self-contained stories, or hopefully we get to conclude the story, and each movie builds on the last movie but isn't necessarily cliffhanger. But we'll see. But yeah, 2 and 3 are already done, so we don't have to worry about that. It's already done. It's already, I think 3 might still be, touching up special effects, but they filmed them both, and I think both of them are the same percentage done. So I expect 3 to be basically done and just touching up special effects here and there for the next year. And of course, they don't want to release them both back to back. They want to give space. So there's a lot of movies that are done and are just sitting on a hard drive, ready to put out in theaters.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I definitely love Avatar 1 and excited to see it. So yeah, it's 2 big releases here that were in development hell for years, and finally going to get them this year. So
yeah, I think this is going to decide whether 3D is an ongoing concern or it's its last stand.
Yeah, for sure. And I would be blown away if it wasn't a huge hit.
Well, define huge.
$1 million.
because if it does not make $1 billion, it's not going to be considered a hit. I mean,
well, yeah, I mean, that would.
The expectations for this are through the roof.
Yeah, they are.
Totally unfair, but I'm just saying that's how it is.
Well, that's par for the course for Cameron, because I can remember when everybody was saying there was no way Titanic would be a hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, even Terminator 2, that was the most expensive at the time, and that was questioned.
And I can remember them saying there's no way this would make money. There's no way this could break even. But he was spending way too much money, and
I think the film that's going to have a problem is Shazam, that comes out 2 weeks later or a week later, whatever it is.
Yeah, Shazam.
Pile!
Shazam!
Pile!
Shazam!
Fury of the Gods. Great segue there, John. Thank you. December 21st. I think it looks fantastic. It might just be there, something else to have out there, a week later, literally a week later for Christmas. A good superhero fun movie, just in case people don't want Avatar. But this got pushed up from 23.
I'm just hoping that doesn't affect 3D release.
Yeah, I mean, why would you push it up closer to Avatar? That just shocks me. It
sounds like somebody wants a tax write-off.
It might be. Yeah.
Well, when they pushed Aquaman back to 23, they pushed up. So to have something else for Christmas time. So, which is surprising also because we didn't know anything about Shazam. And then, boom! It's pushed up, and here's a trailer soon. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Especially since Aquaman was the $1 billion hit at DC.
Yeah. But to Jake's point earlier, who the heck knows what's going to happen with DC over the next, 6 to 12 months? I mean, there's just so much upheaval at Warner Brothers.
I wouldn't be surprised if Zaslav gets the axe.
Yeah.
So what's the probability of Shazam Fury of the Gods getting 3D release? I think still pretty high, even though I still think that they'll probably release it in 3D. Jake?
Yeah. I think it's a high probability it's 3D, but certain markets it's going to be a low probability they get it.
Yeah.
Because Avatar is going to still be playing in 3D, and there seems to be this thing with theaters, they can only have one 3D movie at a time.
John, you concur?
No, I agree completely with Jake. The problem is there's just not going to be enough screen time, especially if Avatar, I haven't seen a running time for it. I don't know if that was released yet, but if that running time is pushing 2.5 to 3 hours, there's not going to be enough screen time for the bigger screens to show enough showings of Avatar to push showings of 3D in there, especially on IMAX screens for Shazam. So I'm not the move up worries me that they're just to Jake. Maybe it's business reasons, not creative reasons. They're trying to get it out of the way to open up room for next year where they can make some money with Aquaman.
Now, we have another movie coming out on the 21st, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Now, this was pushed back to Christmas. Now, I think it looks really good. I love the new animation style. I think it changes up from the Shrek super realistic tone, and Antonio Banderas has always been great as Puss in Boots. It's been forever since the first Puss in Boots movie. So, again, another development hell movie that's been there forever, but I'm definitely excited.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's confirmed to have a 3D conversion. Now, again, this being the third movie in a week to be 3D, I mean, we could be that lucky, Christmas miracle may bless us. But, it's just, we don't know. It might be like, okay, yeah, it's a 3D release, but, we're going to put our money on Avatar. Who knows? Yeah.
They might go 3D. They might think, because Paramount and Universal are having pretty good years.
Yeah, and DreamWorks has been pretty good, too.
All right.
Yeah.
John, are you excited for Last Wish?
I'm not at all, to be honest with you. I don't know that I've seen any. I guess I've seen the first one, but yeah, those aren't. I'm all for animated films, but those were never films that appealed to me. I think I wore out of the Shrek ones after the second one. And Puss in Boots just never did it for me. So I think, again, this is going to get caught up in just not enough space out there, assuming all these release at the time they're supposed to. So it would make sense to put it in 3D to get some extra dollars out of it, because you might be able to pull kids in for this if the only other major options is Avatar, which might skew a little too older, more teen market. But
I mean, Avatar, Shazam, and Puss in Boots going to be in the theaters at the same time, same Christmas weekend.
yeah, I would get, if it does come out in 3D, you better go the first week or two, because that'll probably be your only shot, I would guess.
Probably the first week.
Yeah. Jake, are you excited?
I don't know if I would say I'm excited, but interested, yeah. I mean, because I did, in fact, I actually liked Puss in Boots more than the later Shrek movies.
I agree completely on that. Now, I like the third one was horrible, Shrek 3. Now, Shrek 4 is actually pretty good. And I think Puss in Boots is better than even Shrek 4. And I remember having really good 3D too, and it's just, it made some money back then, but I was, this movie should have released like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Well, they might get lucky and hit some of the nostalgia, like the latest Minions disaster became a hit because of nostalgia.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the animation style being different from Shrek?
Didn't bother me. I was like, It kind of reminded me of a lot of the stuff guys are doing now to create interest with eyes, but yet cut back on the actual animation, because I saw a lot of it in the Good Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, you seen The Good Guys? I love that movie.
I have not. Just the trailers. Yeah, I have not seen it yet.
Surprisingly great movie.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll have to check it out.
So that's it for the 3D movies for 2022. And we're going to talk about some noteworthy 2D other movies and TV releases now. So we're going to go through here. September, the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power TV show on Amazon Prime. Are you excited for that?
I probably would be more excited if Peter Jackson had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more nervous than excited, because I love those films by Jackson, and even maybe I don't love the Hobbit ones, but I do like them and I enjoy watching them. So this has me nervous because I love that world. The Tolkien world, and I'm just hoping that this is even a little bit close to that level of excellence that Jackson pulled off.
Yeah, the original Lord of the Rings trilogy is a masterpiece, I think, and well done and holds up. And, Bezos spent a ton of money for this.
Yeah.
And so if this is not a huge hit for Amazon Prime, I don't think you'll get a season 2 unless they already had it in the book or something. But I don't know how that works with that. But yeah, I'm not super excited for this. I have Amazon Prime. The movies were long enough. They made it work for their length, but extending this out, I think that's where that definitely lost me with the Hobbit. I just felt those were super long, and I didn't care for it at all. So I don't know about this. We got a new Pinocchio on Disney Plus on September 8th. Are you guys excited for that?
No.
No. I saw the trailer, but I'm not excited. No.
All right. We got a third Clerks movie on September 13th. Are you guys excited for more Clerks?
No.
I think I've aged out of Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah, I'll agree to that, but I do love the Clerks movies.
I think Kevin Smith is aged out of Kevin Smith movies.
Dazzling display of logic.
Yeah, I mean, there like Clerks 2, there are some scenes in that I enjoyed, when they're arguing Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, that kind of stuff. Just the geek in me just enjoys those arguments. But some of the other stuff is just too way over the top for me. And I would imagine Clerks 3 will be right in line with that. I don't know.
Yeah, it won't kind of go back to scrappiness of the first movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine if it's on streaming or something down the road, I'd watch it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Kevin can get me out to the theaters anymore.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
very limited run. I think like 2 or 3 weeks or something. So, I did see the last Kevin Smith movie, the Silent, but Jay and Silent Bob reboot. It was.
Oh yeah,
I liked it, but I don't love it. So, I definitely think this is interesting, kind of a thing, and maybe a good close for all of it. I don't know, because I feel like Kevin Smith. I respect the hell out of him and what he's been able to do, but you know, his movies have kind of gone crappy. So, I don't know. We'll see. Blondie is on Netflix on the 23rd of September. You guys excited for that?
I'm curious.
yeah. I'd fall in that same category.
I mean, she definitely looks like Marilyn Monroe. And I think it could be really awesome. Ana de Maris. So,
Yeah, I mean, from the trailer, the quality looks very good.
yeah. Moving on to September 30th, Hocus Pocus 2 on Disney Plus. Hocus Pocus is a widely loved Halloween family movie, and I'm definitely interested in seeing this on Disney Plus, not in theaters. But yeah, I'm interested in this, y'all.
Not at all.
All right.
I'm no Hocus Pocus fan.
Yeah, and I live in Halloween Town country, so.
All right. On we also got Bros, which is a romantic comedy that's a gay twist. Are you guys interested in this?
This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, that's a new one for me as well.
All right, we'll just keep on going then. October, we got Loud Loud Crocodile coming out on the 7th with a singing CGI crocodile, which may be 3D. I don't know, I think so, but maybe in some parts of the world.
Well, I figure if it gets a 3D release, I'm getting stuck reviewing it.
No, we have to give. We'll give it to Johnny Boy since he's new.
Yeah,
but he's probably not going to get it.
Yeah, I'm almost certain I won't get that one.
Have you guys seen this trailer, or am I the only one that's seen this piece of crap trailer?
I haven't seen this trailer.
Unfortunately, I've seen it, and I'm not sure how Sony possibly releases that to theaters. how could they put marketing dollars to that? I don't understand at all.
I'm surprised they haven't gone. It's Morbin time.
Yeah. Okay. On October 14th, Halloween Ends, the last Halloween movie.
Promises.
Yeah. See how much it makes, then you can say that.
I have no interest in this at all for me, but whatever. Y'all?
Yeah. I'll see it eventually.
Yeah, I will. These last ones, I'm not a big horror guy, but these last ones have had a quality that I think has helped to renew the franchise and at least worth looking at compared to some of those in the middle. But at the end of the day, October, I'll just put it in Carpenter's original if I want to see Halloween and reminisce with that.
And we're in a horror renaissance, so we don't have to put up with lesser than movies.
Right. There's so much out there to watch.
Mm-hmm.
On October 21st, we got Ticket to Paradise. This is a rom-com starring Clooney and Julia Roberts and their ex-husband and wife, and their kid is getting married, but they don't want the kid to get married because the guy is terrible. It seems like a cute rom-com. Nothing great. What do y'all think?
I don't think I'll ever see it.
Yeah, that's probably one that I just watch if I'm watching a movie at home with my wife one night. That's probably about it. But yeah, that's not something that gets me into theaters nowadays.
Yeah, I think I would watch Sharknado again before I watch that.
Which one though?
First, I haven't even bothered with the other Sharknadoes.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, since I reviewed the 3D version of Sharknado.
All right, in November, we got Amsterdam on November 4th. Now, this stars Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, Chris Rock, Zoe Saldana, Mike Myers. Everybody, it basically is in this movie, including Robert De Niro. And it's like a comedy, murder mystery thing. It looks kind of fun.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
I'll probably
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, is it like almost had like I guess Agatha Christie vibe with comedy. But I thought the trailer was really good.
Coming out, it's a 1930s based, so it's a period
Yep.
piece. So it looks fun.
Yeah.
All right, going into December. November 30th, Willow gets a TV show on Disney Plus. I've never seen the original Willow. What do you guys think of the Willow movie? And are you excited for a TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'd
I'll
be
watch
nice
it.
to see it with modern effects.
Yeah, I still have a soft spot for Willow. Obviously, if you watch it now, some of the effects and the story's definitely gauged to a younger audience than even Star Wars was. But Val Kilmer's really fun in the first Willow. I like that, so I'll definitely tune into this and see what it's about.
All right, in December we got a Violent Night, horror Halloween Christmas movie.
It could be good because, like I said, we're living in a horror renaissance.
On December 21st, we got I Want to Dance with Somebody, which is a Whitney Houston biopic.
That's going to be casting, and if the trailer looks good, because I haven't seen a trailer for it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't think one's been released yet. I don't think.
Yeah. No trailer yet for that one, which is really surprising when it's coming out and, not too soon, not too far in the future. All right, some other noteworthy things. These don't have the release dates, or they're just kind of fall. We got another Pinocchio movie from Netflix. It is the animated one from Guillermo del Toro. More excited for this than the other one, y'all?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, agreed.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Definitely excited for that.
Yeah, ho ho ho.
Have you guys seen the I Am Groot? I dig it. I liked it for what it was.
I didn't watch it. Yet. It's worth watching.
It's just like 30 minutes, 5 shorts. 5-minute
I
shorts.
think I get. Yeah, sounds like something we should all check out.
Weird Al Yankovic biopic movie on Roku.
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to this. In fact, it's the only reason I've kept my Roku.
Yeah, it does look fun. Radcliffe looks great in the role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I love Weird Al. Weird Al is a wonderful musician, wonderful artist.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
His work is timeless, and
yeah, and he's on tour. So if you got the bread and can afford to go see him, I recommend it.
Yeah, I didn't. He was just in my town a couple of weeks ago, or my town next over, and my buddy saw him and said the show was great.
All right, we got Spirited, which is on Apple TV Plus and is starring the Charles Dickens movie with great Will Ferrell and it's a musical with it's such a weird concept, but okay.
It's based on A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as Robert Zemeckis is nowhere near it.
Yeah, I think Ryan Reynolds is in that as well.
Yes. Ryan Reynolds, and it looks like Will Ferrell in here. So yeah, it seems.
Yeah, Will Ferrell. Yeah.
I mean, I'll give it a shot for. Sound of 007, another Apple TV thing coming out sometime in October. It's for the anniversary of 007. That might be cool. Getting the music and sound and how that works.
Mm-hmm.
There's another Scrooge movie coming to Netflix sometime, and a Matilda musical on Netflix coming as well. So that's everything for 2D stuff. What are you most excited for, Jake?
The end of COVID, to be honest, but I don't think that's gonna happen in my lifetime.
All right, which 3D movie do you most excited for?
Honestly, Avatar, even though the first one was like, ooh, this is pretty, but not, the story was kind of, Dances with Wolves, but pretty. Because to me, that's going to be, if audiences accept it, then we probably got at least another decade of 3D content in theaters. And if they don't, well, we might get some vintage movies on disc. That's about it.
All right, Jake? Or John?
Yeah, from a 3D perspective, I think my biggest biggest thing to look for is Avatar. I think a bunch of these other ones we discussed will have some showings here and there, and at the right place you'll be able to catch them. But I think Avatar will be the big push to push 3D back into the mainstream of theaters. So really looking forward to that. There was one film, and perhaps it was in a past podcast, but coming out, I guess it's later this month, called Beast with Idris Elba. That's basically, I guess it's a lion stalking a family kind of thing. But I thought the trailers made that look fun. So I'm interested in seeing that. And if you haven't watched Prey yet, on Hulu, that should have gotten a theatrical release because that movie is excellent. So I highly recommend it.
All right. I'll do the hat trick and Avatar 2. Definitely most interested in. I definitely did enjoy Avatar. The few movies that I watched 3 times in the theater, twice in 3D and once in 2D. And I really did love it back in the day. So it is definitely something to look forward to. Animated movie, I guess, disqualifying Avatar. I mean, that's technically half animated, half real. But what are you more excited for? Potentially Strange World or Puss in Boots? Jake.
Strange World.
John.
Yeah, Strange World, no question.
It's just I'm more interested right now and for something new, even though it's a vintage. It's vintage style. It's not. It's still a new creation.
Yeah, I always give new over a sequel a chance. Superhero movie. We got 3 to choose from here. Black Panther, Shazam, and Black Adam. Which one are you most excited for?
That's a tough one because I'm excited for all 3 of them, but different reasons. Even though I'm suffering from superhero burnout, I think I gotta say Black Adams because I've been waiting for so damn long.
John?
I would have been on the Black Adam train until the trailer came out for Wakanda Forever. And I think that leaned me towards that because visually it looks stunning. And I am very curious to see, since their hand was forced to go a different route. And the whole Namor subplot, which I'm sure is leading to Fantastic Four down the road to some degree. I'm really curious to see how they incorporate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how they've completely reinvented Submariner up from the ground floor, which I think is a smart move, especially since his copyright status is so strange.
Mm-hmm. Jake, you're saying about the original story with the animated film. Avatar is kind of the same way too, if you think about it. I mean, I guess there's been maybe comics and some books, but for the most part, all we really got was an origin story out of one film after all these years. There's so much story to possibly tell. I certainly could see where you could have a couple of films lined up. I just hope Cameron was able to pull the story off, because scripting has sometimes been his lesser of talents in all of his films, I think.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's worked in his favor because he doesn't let too much story get in the way.
That's true.
Yeah, because sometimes cinema is more of a visual medium.
Visual, yep, yep.
But sometimes you can push it too long. As I've gotten older, I've gotten a little less patient with meandering 3-hour movies.
Yeah, just try to watch the Hobbit films, and you'll see proof of that.
Yeah. Yep, especially the longer editions.
I'll say for me, best superhero movie superhero movie I'm most excited for, actually Shazam. I love Shazam 1, and I definitely like lighthearted, fun stuff, and I'm not sure if they could, pull it off with Black Adam or Black Panther. There's just a lot of weight on both of those movies. I guess the next question is, what of the re-releases are you more excited about seeing? Avatar, Spider-Man, and Jaws.
Jaws.
Jaws, yeah, zero question.
Yeah.
And it's the oldest, but it's the greatest film of any of those, without a doubt.
Yeah, and I want to see that zoom shot, the one with Roy shot on the beach. I got just the thought of that in 3D.
Yeah.
Just fills me with such joy.
Yeah, Jaws again for me too, because that's a new conversion. We haven't seen that yet, and that could. I mean, assuming they put the money in here, I wouldn't. I would assume this would look great. So definitely Jaws. What movie would you think would be the highest rated of this year for 3D?
Avatar, probably.
Yeah, I think of all the films coming out at the end of the year, other than Jaws being re-released, the greatest filmmaker in all of them is probably Cameron, especially when it comes to technical prowess, and I think Avatar will look unbelievable. Even some of the scenes in the trailer were just you don't even realize you're watching computer stuff, almost everything. So it's really pretty stunning what he's able to accomplish.
I agree. Avatar probably the best movie. What do you think would be the worst movie this fall?
Well, some of those that you listed, the lizard one's probably tops my list.
Well, 3D. What do you think of the worst?
Oh, 3D. Puss in Boots is probably on the top for me, but I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's, even though I'd enjoyed Puss in Boots, I'm thinking it might be the weakest.
Now, I'm definitely excited for Strange World. Don't get me wrong, it's entirely up my alley. I love science fiction. I love serials from the 30s. Now, the thing is, if they don't pull it off, it could just be, wow, look, another cool, weird thing, and you get bored of it.
Yeah, it could be Chicken Little.
Yeah. So, I definitely want it to be a success, but there's definitely a gamble there where it could not be a success. It could just be totally forgettable. Like Dinosaur or something. It's like, not terrible, but just not great. Now, most looking forward to 2D only movie or TV show.
Weird Al movie, biopic.
I probably have to go with Lord of the Rings. Even though I'm nervous, just curiosity, and I love that. I love that world.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special for me. Most excited because I definitely got rekindled with James Gunn. I love Peacemaker TV show so much. So
yeah.
If anything could be a great Christmas special, Guardians of the Galaxy definitely could be. I can already see Groot as a Christmas tree.
I am Groot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's half there.
Yeah. So, okay, what's the worst? What's 2D only thing? Or you think might be the worst? I think Matilda the musical might be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot on that list that I think we could name.
Yeah, there's one Pinocchio I'm thinking about in particular.
Yeah, the crocodile looks really dumb, even for a kids movie.
It sounds terrible.
So yeah, Lord of the Rings could be a colossal failure if it's not great. Boom, it's gone, it's dead. It might be so.
And I'm sure the Asylum is going to have some terrible mockbuster sneak out.
Do you think any of the 3D movies potentially will be put to streaming instead of getting a theatrical release?
Oh, I think there's a real chance, especially if Monkeypox takes off.
I guess that the safest bet there, I think, would be Strange World.
Yeah.
That would probably be...
And Lyle Crocodile.
Yeah, put it on Cracked. Or not Cracked, yeah. Yeah, is it Cracked? No.
Crackle, close enough.
Crackle, yeah. Peacock or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Crackle, put it on Crackle. That's Crackle exclusive.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced that something could happen with Shazam. With the upheaval at Warner Brothers and having the date so close to Avatar. Be interesting to see if anything happens there.
Yeah. That might be delayed. I don't think they'll put it on HBO Max. I mean, they might just put it for sometime early next year. But I kind of think that Puss in Boots might get put onto Peacock too.
Yeah, it could.
Or they may chicken out and be like, nah, maybe not. So,
yep.
Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully monkeypox doesn't get worse, and hopefully COVID doesn't get worse. But obviously, those are two things we have no idea. And hopefully, the war in Ukraine or invasion of Ukraine by Russia doesn't get worse, because that could become World War III. And maybe COVID gets even worse and evolves past the vaccines and becomes super deadly. And monkeypox, maybe COVID and monkeypox join together and become COVID pox. I don't know.
You never know. Morbid time can happen anytime.
Who knows?
There's just so many things that can happen.
You never know. Morbid time can happen anytime.
Who knows? Who knows? But that's gonna be it for our fall preview. Definitely more excited for the fall than the summer kind of died with a whimper, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do like Bullet Train, and I wish that was a 3D movie so much. But yeah, it is what it is.
It's Morbid time.
Yeah. Before we wrap, I just want to mention that New Jake did give me a message he wanted to relay. He's very excited for the rest of the year when it comes to movies, and he's very confident about the 3D releases. Most of these movies, he has the impression that it will be coming out in 3D. He's especially excited for re-release content and stuff that's remastered in 3D and HDR/high frame rate. So, yeah, wanted to throw that in there right before the end. All right, I guess it's going to be it from us. Bye.
See you, everybody.
As this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Mr. Bengal 5, Kevin Winter, Alex Folk, and Gravity Head Zero for your financial support on Patreon.com. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye.
You never know. Morbid time can happen anytime.